Here's something that might surprise you. Biblical texts from thousands of years ago contain over 2,000 ancient references about money and wealth. And here's the interesting part. These aren't just outdated ideas. They're proven financial principles that modern economists and wealth advisors still use today. Today, I'm breaking down 12 financial principles rooted in biblical wisdom that will show you how to build savings, invest intelligently, and avoid the financial traps that keep most people broke. These aren't just theories. They're practical steps you can start using immediately. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. The 20% rule. Save before you spend. One of the oldest wealth-building strategies ever recorded was a story about Joseph, an advisor in ancient Egypt, who saw a crisis coming. He predicted 7 years of economic boom, followed by 7 years of recession. His solution was to set aside 20% of income during the good times. Not 5%, not 10%, exactly 20%. This created a massive reserve fund that not only protected Egypt during the downturn, but actually made them wealthier than before. Sounds familiar? Financial experts today recommend the exact same thing. The 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt. This ancient strategy is literally the foundation of modern personal finance. Here's why this works. When you save 20% automatically, you're building 3 things at once. First, an emergency fund that protects you from unexpected expenses. Second, investment capital that grows your wealth over time. And third, a habit of living below your means, which is how actual millionaires think. Proverbs puts it this way: the wise store up for the future, while fools spend whatever they get. And that's wealth psychology. If you want financial security, the 20% rule isn't a suggestion. It's your starting point. Lesson 2. Debt is financial quicksand. Here's a brutal truth about debt. The borrower becomes servant to the lender. That's from Proverbs 22:7, and it's as real today as it was 3,000 years ago. When you owe money, you're not free to make the best decisions for your future. Think about it. Credit card debt at 18 to 25% interest means you're paying double for everything. A car loan keeps you stuck in a job you hate because you need that paycheck. Student loans delay buying a home, starting a business, or building wealth. Now, I'm not saying all debt is bad. Strategic debt, like a mortgage on an appreciating asset or a low-interest business loan, can build wealth. But consumer debt, that's the trap. The principle here is simple. Don't give away your financial freedom for temporary purchases. Before you swipe that card, ask yourself, is this worth being in bondage to a bank for the next 2 years? Living below your means isn't limiting, it's liberating. When you're debt-free, you control your money. When you're in debt, your money controls you. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that can't work for your future. Lesson 3. Money is a tool, not the goal. Here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They think more money equals more happiness. Research proves otherwise. Once your basic needs are met, happiness doesn't increase much with more income. Yet people keep chasing it. There's a scriptural warning about this. You cannot serve both God and money. You can't chase wealth and find life's ultimate fulfillment. When money becomes your only goal, everything else suffers. Relationships, health, purpose. Look at lottery winners. Studies show 70% end up broke within a few years. Why? Because they had money without wisdom and wealth without purpose. Money amplifies who you already are. If you're wise, it makes you wiser. If you're foolish, it makes you more foolish. The healthier approach. View money as a tool to build the life you want. You want financial security? Money helps. You want to support causes you believe in? Money enables that. You want time freedom? Money can buy that too. But the moment money becomes your identity or your God, you've lost the game. The wealthiest people understand this. Money should work for your values, not replace them. If you're getting real value from these money principles, subscribe to Faithwise Finances for more practical financial wisdom. And comment, "Money is my tool," if you're ready to start building wealth the smart way. Lesson 4. Wealth requires work, no shortcuts. Let's talk about the work ethic behind wealth. There's a warning in Proverbs. A little sleep, a little rest, and poverty will attack you like a thief. This simply means that laziness is expensive. Every self-made millionaire study shows the same pattern. They outwork everyone else. Not just hard work, smart, consistent, focused work. They show up when others sleep in. They learn when others watch TV. They build when others make excuses. Here's the reality. Get-rich-quick schemes fail 99% of the time. Real wealth is built through compound effort over time. That boring job you're working, it's building skills. That side hustle you're grinding on, it's building assets. That course you're taking, it's building knowledge. Think about it like compound interest. $100 saved monthly at 8% return becomes $150,000 in 30 years. Not because of one big win, but because of consistent, disciplined action. The same applies to your career, your skills, your business. Small actions repeated daily create massive results over time. Laziness might feel good today, but it costs you everything tomorrow. Your effort isn't just work. It's an investment in your future self. Lesson 5. Master money management. Here's a perspective shift that changes everything. You don't own your money, you manage it. Luke 16 asks, if you can't manage someone else's money well, why would you be trusted with your own? Think of yourself as the CEO of your personal finances. A good CEO tracks every dollar, eliminates waste, and maximizes returns. They don't spend carelessly, they allocate strategically. They don't hoard mindlessly, they deploy resources where they'll grow. You must practically apply 3 things. 1. Track your spending. You can't manage what you don't measure. Apps make this easy now. 2. Budget with purpose. Every dollar needs a job: bills, savings, investments, or spending. 3. Optimize continuously. Where can you cut 10% in expenses? Where can you increase your income by 10%? Because small improvements compound into major gains. This biblical principle is clear. Whoever can be trusted with small things can be trusted with big things. Start managing your first $1,000 well, and you'll be ready for $10,000. Master $10,000, and you'll be ready for $100,000. Money management isn't about restriction, it's about multiplication. Every dollar you manage well is a dollar that can grow into more. Lesson 6. Build your wealth on integrity. Sustainable wealth requires honest work. Proverbs 10:4 says, lazy hands make you poor, but hardworking hands make you rich. But it's not just about hard work, it's also about honest work. Proverbs 13:11 says, wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears, but wealth from hard work grows over time. Look at businesses that cut corners. They might succeed short-term, but long-term, they collapse and lose everything. Compare that to companies built on integrity. They grow slower, but they last. They attract loyal customers. They sleep well at night. Their wealth is sustainable because their foundation is solid. This applies to you too. That shortcut at work, it might get you ahead today, but it'll eventually catch up later on. That creative tax deduction is not worth the audit. That business deal that feels shady, your gut is right. Take the exit. Understand that your reputation is your most valuable asset. It takes years to build and seconds to destroy it. Every decision you make either builds trust or erodes it. Wealth built on integrity lasts generations. Wealth built on deception rarely survives one. Lesson 7. Giving actually makes you wealthier. This sounds backwards, but research backs it up. Generous people tend to be wealthier. There's a biblical text that says, give, and it will be given to you, pressed down and overflowing. When you give, 3 things happen. 1. You develop an abundance mindset. Scarcity thinking keeps you broke. Abundance thinking opens opportunities. 2. You build relationships and goodwill. The most valuable currency is social capital. People remember generosity. 3. You create purpose for your wealth. Money with meaning is more satisfying than money without it. Look at the wealthiest people, Warren Buffett and the likes. They give billions away and keep getting wealthier. Not because giving magically makes money appear, but because the mindset that allows you to give is the same mindset that builds wealth. Start small. Give 1% of your income. As you earn more, increase it. You'll find that generosity doesn't make you poorer, it makes you richer in ways that matter. Money hoarded creates anxiety. Money shared creates impact. Lesson 8. Don't bet everything on money. Here's a reality check. Money can disappear overnight. Stock market crashes, job losses, medical emergencies, etc. This is why Psalm 62 warns, don't trust in wealth that can be stolen. If your riches increase, don't depend on them. This isn't about avoiding wealth. It's about not putting all your security in one basket. Diversification isn't just for investments, it's for life. What does this look like practically? Don't rely on one income source. Build side income. Create passive income streams. Don't put all your identity in your career. If you lose your job, who are you? Don't sacrifice health for wealth. What good is money if you're too sick to enjoy it? The wealthiest people understand. True security comes from multiple sources: skills, relationships, health, character, and yes, money. But money is just one piece, not the whole puzzle. Build a life where losing money would hurt but wouldn't destroy you. That's real financial security. Lesson 9. Strategic giving is strategic investing. Proverbs says something fascinating. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord and will be repaid in full. This principle still holds. Investing in people pays you back returns you can't predict. Maybe it's the intern you mentor who becomes your business partner. Maybe it's the charity donation that connects you to influential people. Maybe it's just the satisfaction that makes you work harder. Research shows that people who give strategically, not randomly, see better life outcomes. They're happier, more successful, and better connected. The key word is strategic. Don't just throw money at problems. Find causes you believe in. Support people who can multiply your impact. Create systems that keep giving beyond your initial investment. Your wealth should flow, not stagnate. When you help others rise, you rise with them. Lesson 10. Knowledge is the ultimate asset. Here's a story that every wealth builder should know. When offered anything he wanted, Solomon chose wisdom over riches. The result? He got both. Why? Because wisdom shows you how to build and keep wealth. For instance, Warren Buffett spends 80% of his day reading. The best investors don't chase stocks. They chase knowledge. Here's why. A $1,000 course that teaches you to invest could return millions over your lifetime. A book on negotiation could earn you $50,000 more in salary. A mentor could help you avoid a $100,000 business mistake. Proverbs says, whoever finds wisdom is blessed. And every economic study confirms it. Higher education correlates with higher income. Financial literacy predicts wealth better than income level. Knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Invest in yourself first. Before you buy stocks, buy knowledge. Before you start a business, learn from those who succeeded. Your brain is your best asset. Upgrade it constantly. Lesson 11. Priorities determine prosperity. There's a biblical principle that wealth builders should live by. Seek first the kingdom, and everything else will be added. In financial terms, this means get your priorities right, and money follows. Think about it. If you prioritize your purpose, you will find fulfillment. If you prioritize your health, you will avoid medical bankruptcy. If you prioritize learning, you'll build valuable skills. If relationships are your priority, you'll create networks that open doors. But if money is your only priority, you might get rich and lose everything that matters. You might chase the wrong opportunities. You might sacrifice relationships, health, and peace for a paycheck. The wealthiest, happiest people share one trait. They know what matters most and organize their finances around that. Money serves their values. It doesn't replace them. Lesson 12. Apply what you learn. Here's the final truth. Wealth is built through ruthless execution because information without application is worthless. Now you know 12 financial principles rooted in biblical wisdom that have worked for thousands of years and still work today. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you start saving 20% this month? Will you create a debt payoff plan? Will you invest in learning something new? Because small actions today become big results tomorrow. If these principles gave you value, subscribe to Faithwise Finances, and let's keep learning together on how to build wealth the wise way. Tell me in the comments, which principle you are applying first? Your financial future starts with the decision you make right now. Let's build it together.